Loot boxes and gambling is really a tough subject to tackle and requires a lot of nuance, but it's one that needs to be answered sometime soon in the near future. But after talking with several of you regarding loot boxes, EA and Activision specifically, I want to propose an idea. The idea of a better loot box system in general. Now, I know you might fall into the camp of all loot boxes are evil, and I can respect you for your opinion and your passion. But what I want to look at here is try to answer the question, is there a better way, a better loot box, one that developers, publishers, and even gamers can support and not feel cheated, robbed, or funded? Hello everybody, and welcome to a very complex topic. I fully understand the difficulty when it comes to a solution that everyone is excited about. It's really hard to get anyone to agree on anything, let alone a wide range of groups with various backgrounds and motivations. And beyond any corporate greed or individual game, two common themes keep showing up whenever we talk about loot boxes. And those are, loot boxes are gambling and should be banned or regulated, or loot boxes should only contain cosmetic items. It's with these two camps that I feel that there's a middle ground to be had. And that's the goal of this video. If you feel that all loot boxes should be banned no matter what, I'd invite you to watch this full video and then share your thoughts at the end of the video. I'd love to hear from you and your opinions. Okay, so here's the challenge. Let's build our better loot box. So first, the idea that progression is tied to any loot box has to be the first thing that goes. I don't think there's anyone out there except for maybe the president of EA himself who would disagree with me there. But beyond that, I think loot boxes should fall into one of two categories. Number one, don't let loot boxes be sold to players at all. Allow them to only be earned in-game by playing the game, and add all cosmetic items into an in-game store. That way, if you really want that awesome new skin, you can just buy it outright, rather than hoping that it might eventually get it. That hope would still exist, as these items could be in the loot box that you just earned by playing the game itself. But you'd only need to pony up any money if you choose to spend it, and then you'd only get the right item every time. Or number two, let loot boxes be sold and only contain cosmetic items. However, open up the game to allow for a better player economy. Look at games like Warframe, for example. They have loot boxes, but you also have a player market that lets you trade items. So if you get something you don't want, you can just sell it to another player who might be looking for that specific item. You can also buy things from other players, thus allowing you to have free trade. So if you didn't get that cool, shiny new skin, well, all you have to do is see if anyone has it and they don't want it. This adds value to the items themselves, and thus, even if you don't get what you want, you still have something of value. Now, to be clear, there are some risks tied with number two. If you look at Diablo 3, for example, when the game first came out, it had a player economy that was so focused on the market that nothing else mattered. This was later completely ripped out of the game, but there are also stories and examples where players would just play the market rather than the game itself. Then you also have games like CSGO and even PUBG that have different skin gambling websites and more. I think obviously the easiest system is number one, but I don't see publishers really making any major changes anytime soon. Not unless we as gamers come together to say no more. If you fall into that category, you can reach out to the ESRB directly and send your complaint. I'll include the link in the description below if you are interested. Feel free to share these ideas or your own ideas whenever you do reach out and contact them. On a final note, Matt Pat from Game Theory brings up this very topic very well in a two-part video series. I'll include the links in the description below, but it's important to note that this isn't a new idea. These loot boxes have been around since baseball card collection in the trading era. And while Matt Pat leaves it up to us to decide if loot boxes are themselves gambling, the argument that they aren't gambling is that you always get something whenever you spend money. And while I do agree with that, the issue here is that baseball cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, they have trade. We can't trade our loot boxes, we can't trade our skins, our sprays, or items and more, with the exception of a few games out there. And it's that very limitation that blurs the line even further. So even if the government doesn't see this as gambling, you are taking a gamble each time you buy a loot box, and if all you get is worthless stuff, then you've pretty much got nothing for your money. And I find that to be very wrong. Anyway, what do you think about these two different type of loot box changes? Or do you still fall into the camp that you won't buy a game even if it has any kind of loot box? I support you and your decision either way you fall on this topic, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Be sure to sound off in the comments below and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and share with your friends and community. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to keep seeing you around here. Anyway, for Work to Game, my name's Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we hope to see you in our next. But until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day, and take care.
Hey guys, Chris here. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see our next video, go ahead and click right there. If you'd like to see our vlog, click down below. The subscribe button should be right below me here, and you should see all of our contact information. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.